Hi guys, this is a Java application called DiceBeakers, created by Hilary, Benjamin-Byer and Yogvika Arjune. I'll basically go through the classes and give you the brief description of how the game functions. I hope you enjoy it. Let's start with the UI class. In this class, this is basically how the user interacts with the game. Right? The layout of this game was basically done with, let me say, the border layout, the flow layout, and the grid layout. The grid layout was used to have the grid-like effect on the numbers being used in the game. I started off with placing everything on a J-frame, and I started to stack the panels on it. I had a main panel, which then took two panels, which was placed on it with the grid layout. I created a menu with a few buttons on it, which adds the functionality and the look of the game. Let's move on to the DiceBeakers prompt. In the prompt, the user actually adds in their name and the starting amount. Oh, and take note, in this game, they have a limit of $200, Guyana dollars that is. The prompt is basically a J dialog box, which prompts the user for their name and their starting amount. It was basically made up of, it extends the J dialog, and I designed a few functions in this class. We created this game based on different aspects of everything. Okay, you just had the user prompt class. Let's move on to the dice engine. That should be this actually where all the functionality and everything is created. We created functions to basically take in user amounts, then the starting amounts, to calculate the starting amounts given from the user to see if it's lower than $200 or if it's greater. It must be $200 in this game for the user to play. It increments the amount as the user goes through. It checks the win. It checks the bet money earned by the user, and it also checks the losses. We also did a randomizer to actually output the dice, to simulate the dice, like a dice-like scenario in the game. It was simple, so to say. We had functions which also calculated the amount of money earned in the game, and of course you must lose to calculate the amount of money lost in the game. We also had a player class called DicePlayer. This class actually holds all the information needed for a user to play this game. It was pretty simple to create. Of course, we must get the name, get the wins, losses, and the draws of that specific user, and their starting amount, of course, of which I explained to you before, would be $200. In this class, we would also be checking the starting amount, which is $200, as I explained in the dice engine to you. I'll then move on to the game board. The game board basically handles the look of the board, of how it should be placed, the design, and the key attributes we use in the board. Right? We use a different layout also here. I use the slot class. In the slot class, that's used to add values to the numbers. Of course, you would need to have a way of indexing these numbers in the game, which was placed in an array. Yeah, pretty cool idea indeed. And we also had functions to set money on these numbers, to get the money placed on these numbers, to do the calculations of which was done in the dice engine, also referred as the game engine to some of you. Okay, let me see what else I'm missing here. The DiceBeakers audio. In this class basically generates the audio for the game. For different button clicks and different movements, they would have a different sound, of course, just to enhance it, to make it more, real-like. And this was a simple function placed in a try-catch, of which we linked the music, or the song, so to say, to it by simply adding the audio files, as you could see here. I'm sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah. And of course the driver class, of which you would know which starts everything for the game. So I'll start by giving you a startup of the game. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'll enter the name. Let me pull out so you could hear the music. And the starting amount is 200. See you. Yeah, it takes a while to start. Let's go. I have some cool music in the background. I hope you can enjoy. Let us place. We also have a help, which tells you how the game plays. A dialog box just popped up there, showing that you won. We have the pause, and we have the going home. See you.